Hi there, I'm Stan Baker along with co-hosts Shelley Steele and Steve Young. We're retired educators who worked in Ontario in neighboring school districts using restorative practices, and now we're retired. We're coaching principals in restorative practices, and we have this podcast to focus on a problem of principal practice. And we'll provide one or two practical strategies to make your day just a little bit easier. To kick things off, here's Paula, our AI voice, to tell you more about what we do.
Hi, I'm Paula. At Restorative Resolutions, we specialize in equipping school principals and staff with effective restorative strategies to make things right when things aren't going well. Are all the tasks you're asked to do reasonable for you to do? If not, then listen in to the rest of this podcast.
Here's today's principal problem of practice. How do I deal with requests that make my workload as a principal overwhelming and unreasonable? Let's listen to what Chris Hicks, chair of the Council of School Leaders for the Manitoba Teachers Society, has to say about this.
The workload issue for school leaders is top of mind, probably. And I'm going to say it's top of mind for our bargaining teams. And if for no other reason, we settle a contract in the summer, and the principals and vice principals, not everybody was in love with it because there was no change to some of the administrative allowances. Like we have admin allowances in Manitoba, or we usually, and there was some language in the collective agreement, one in particular about summer work. If you're ever called in to work in the summer, there's a provision now for teachers. They have to be compensated in a reasonable rate of the cash or time in lieu, maybe 30 days. But the last line in the clause says this doesn't apply to principals or vice principals.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably standard practice anyway, but now it's written there, and it really sparked some, I wouldn't say animosity, but not a lot of our members reading the contract now starting to pay attention to bargaining, because are we in together or not? So paying a little more attention to that, asking all those questions, keeping track, making workload or student violence, things like that on top of your agenda when you're having conversations. That this is say to your superintendent, this is unreasonable. I can't do this right now. This is an unreasonable expectation. And if you're going to make me do it, then compensate. Show some other way of compensating. Because again, every generation likes to poke shots at the younger one, right? They don't work as hard and those sorts of, they don't know what they need to do, like all that kind of stuff, which isn't really true. But they pay way more attention to the benefits. Like, what am I getting out of this before I say yes? They pay a lot more attention to it. And that might be a good thing. It might be that the system itself will acknowledge the complexities of the job in other words.
Chris Hicks is correct in saying that the workload issues for principals are increasing. Tasks just get piled up on top of other tasks, filling up the principal's workload like a hoarder filling an empty bedroom. So here's practice number one. Ask your immediate supervisor a variation of one of these two questions. Is now a bad time to talk about my workload? Or do you want the school to look bad because things aren't getting done? Practice number two. Follow up with a question that's a variation of one of these two questions. What do you want me to do next? Or what do you think about what's being asked of me?
It's Paula again. Things on this to ask your supervisor. Do you want the school district to look bad because things are not getting done? Follow that with something like, what do you want me to do next? Are all the tasks you're asked to do reasonable for you to do? If not, and if you're new to your P or VP role in the past 3 years, then send Stan an email to stan@restorative.ca.
Right you are, Paula. You feel that tasks you're expected to do are unreasonable? Let us know how we can help you as a new school administrator with all of the many things that you're asked to do each day. And finally, don't skip your lunch today. You deserve that full 7.5 minutes, so thanks for listening.